What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. Now, with this video, we are jumping back into Extreme Carnage with Phage. And this will be part 3 of 8 of this series. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead and check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with the Extreme Carnage line. Now, this is written by Steve Orlando and the artwork is by Gerardo Sandoval. And so far, what we've seen in this line is Flash Thompson making his comeback. Not only has Flash returned, but we also have seen the return of Carnage. And Carnage right now is trying to gather all of his brothers and sisters for an all-new ultimate plan. Now, with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 3, we are picking up weeks ago. And we're picking up with an individual by the name of Buck Cashman. And Phage is currently taking the form of the canine that is accompanying him. And he's doing this because he wanted a simple life after everything that has happened. What he has going on now is the most simplistic but easiest life. After lab experiments, after being security guard, army lieutenant, a younger brother, not to mention everything that Carnage had put him through. He just wanted something simple, and so he became a hunter. And as these two close out their day after they're finished with their hunt and they're sitting back at the house, Buck Cashman is sitting in his chair and they're listening to the Senator Crane on the TV. And Senator Crane, as we know, is Carnage. He makes his call out to everybody. He makes his call out to the family. And this is where we see Phage turns on Buck Cashman and rips him to pieces. When Carnage put that call out, Phage was unable to do anything, only being able to hear Carnage's voice trying to drown it out in some way, shape, or form. And Phage is really confused on why he wasn't able to control himself. But the nitty gritty of it is that Carnage is the alpha, the apex of the Codex. And so Carnage tells his brother to simply follow his lead. And they're gonna lay down some carnage. And that's what will pick us up in present day. Because Andi Benton, she just had Scream burned off of her, using her hell mark to do this. But she was given no other choice, because Scream could not resist the call of her brother. But when Andi burned her off, when she burned Scream off of her, there is still some remnants left over. And as it stands, all the guardsmen around her, they want to take this in, because it's their job to be able to take on all the symbiotes. They're trying to clean it all up, and even if it is just a small amount of symbiotes, it is their duty to take care of this. And so all the guardsmen, they surround her and they take down Andi. Shocking her, she wakes up in some kind of cage. And of course, right now, she is livid. But when she wakes up, this is when she's met by Dr. Steven. Now, Dr. Steven, he tries to tell Andi that he is on her side, that he cares about symbiotes, he cares about her symbiote, and he is doing everything he can to try to save Scream. And Dr. Steven, he came just to say that, just to tell Andi that there was a little bit left of Scream. Though it wasn't much, he's doing everything in his power to be able to make Scream alive again. And while they're having this conversation, on the outside, this is where we see the arrival of Buck Cashman, aka Phage, claiming to be the private security detail for Senator Crane. He has come here on special orders because Senator Crane has a special interest in Andi Benton, and making his way over to Andi, taking out the guards in the process. That he came here for revenge. He came here for some payback. Because of what Andi did to Scream, Carnage and Phage are going to make her pay. Because what Andi did doing that attack, it stopped Scream from joining the rest of the family. And for her betrayal, he is going to take her life. Now, this is when the system starts going off, letting us know that there is a symbiote inside of the building. And this is where we have the arrival of Anti-Venom, making his entrance, letting Dr. Steven know that it is not him that the system is going off for. And he tells the doctor that there's no time to talk about if he's alive or how he came back or any of that. saying that Andi is in danger and he needs to get to her right away. But all Flash has to do is follow the screams, because right now, Phage and Andi are going head to head. They're going toe to toe, using her Hellmark to the best of her ability. Now, it doesn't affect him in the same manner, but he is still feeling these punches. But as the fight continues on, it looks like Phage gets the upper hand. And with him about to kill Andi, this is when Anti-Venom jumps in. With him jumping in, Phage throws Andi across the room, focuses his attention on Anti-Venom, and gives him a slash across the chest, giving Phage enough time to make his way over to Andi. And making his way to Andi, he impales her right in her stomach, driving his hands right through her. It appears that Andi Benton has died. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Now, I am thoroughly enjoying this line. More than anything, the artwork is really what's making it for me. Because what we're seeing is the symbiotes that Carnage has gotten to already, they kind of take on his look. Just a little bit. Just enough to know that he has been taken over by Carnage. At least that's what we're seeing with Phage. And with this one coming to a close, the cliffhanger is so massive because it looks like Andi is dead. Now, we can only assume that Dr. Steven may be able to grab Scream and be able to get these two together, being able to save Andi's life. At least that's the route I hope they go. But more than anything, right now I am extremely curious on what the heck is Carnage doing, what he has planned, what the freak is up his sleeve. Now, one of my running theories is he's trying to call all of his brothers and sisters back together so they can all form into one. But I don't know, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.